Okay, I want to introduce our viewers to a very special guest. Now, it's literally taken me a month to get her to come on to be a guest. So you better feel like put your everything down and you want to listen to this because she is very special. And you're on the Kennesaw Happenings podcast. I'm Golfer Pete, and I want to introduce our guest. And I'm going to let her introduce you so you know who you're listening to as we have a fun time today. So, Luwiza, please introduce yourself, who you are, and who you serve in the community.
Hi, again, good morning, everybody. Pete, thank you so much for having me on this podcast.
My pleasure.
It's an honor. I'm very excited. And I am with Blossom Home Care. So I serve seniors in the community. I also work with people that if you've had surgery, you need somebody to come in and take care of you while you're home. Kids with people that have children that have special needs that need a break. You know, they just need what we call respite care. So those are the communities that I work with. We work with Keystone Hospital. And just we're so passionate about what we do. So our main focus is just being able to serve our community, to be there when somebody needs somebody to talk to. That's what we do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. And so I'll start off so what's your philosophy about serving seniors? What attracted you to doing what you're doing?
I think it's just having gone through a situation where I lost my parents at a very young age. Mm-hmm. So I realized that when I started being around them, I was gaining a lot of knowledge. A lot of them just would get attracted to me, talking to me, and then I'd listen. So I would let them talk. And from that, I gained a lot of knowledge, applied some of the things that they would tell me, you know, that they've gone through because, you know, they're seniors. So they've gone through certain things in life, be it parenting, if it's marriage or finances. So I started saying, you know what, I think I want to do this. I want to be able to go out there and be around more seniors, support my church as well, and prepare a meal, you know. And when I put a smile on their face, that makes my day. Yes. So I believe in God called me to do this. I just love to serve. That's why I do what I do.
And I only met you that one time when you walked through and we had a conversation. I immediately picked up on your passion for seniors. And we really look for that because, I mean, who doesn't want to do business with seniors? But we want the right people. And that's so important. So that's why I was like, please come on my podcast because our community needs people like you. And so let me ask a couple questions because it really speaks to how our community can get to know you. So how long have you been serving the seniors?
So we started Blossom in 2021.
Okay.
But as you add all the experiences, like our nurse, she's been a nurse for over 40 years.
Okay.
Our director of services has been working in the senior space for 15. I've been doing it for about 5 years. So when collectively, there is a lot of experience there. So over 15 years of experience. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit, when you're not working, what do you like to do personally? What do you do for enjoyment?
Yeah, so I love being with my children and my husband. I have 4 biological kids, and I don't like calling her my stepdaughter because she's a bonus to me. So it's a household that we have. Our kids range from 24 years is the oldest girl, and then the youngest is 2.
Wow.
So the first 3 don't live here. They're in college, but the 6-year-old and the 2-year-old live here with my husband. So they keep us busy.
Right.
We're out doing stuff with them. So typically that's what I do when I'm not, working, but I also go and volunteer, at church or senior centers or, senior facilities. If they have something that's going on and needs an extra hand, I show up. If it's in the morning, I'll do it for a couple of hours and then I come back.
Yeah. What's special about Overture is it's kind of like the first step to assisted living. I mean, it's active community, but active people need services from time to time. Like you said, surgery, like I actually have a surgery coming up. And so I'm thinking like, well, how do I do this? And so I got some buddies, but you know, maybe it's like, it's not appropriate to, hey, my golf buddies, hey, I'm going to have hernia surgery. You think you could take me there and prick me up? And if I need medications, you do it. They go, what the heck? I'm not a nurse. What are you talking about? No, I'll play golf with you, but that's kind of beyond their scope of things. So I see what you're saying when just life, even in an active community, it happens and you have to adjust to what you need to go from day to day. So what do you see, like, as a company, what needs are you seeing out there in active communities like Overture? What are you personally seeing in your?
I feel like with Overture, to your point, they are very active. So most of them, it's the companionship. It's somebody to just talk to. There's a lot of people out there that are lonely. So it's like you just want somebody to come in, maybe prepare me a meal. We have seen in active communities that when we send caregivers just to be there and hang out with them, their diet becomes better because they're eating and they start to gain weight. A lot of times, nobody wants to just sit at home and you're eating by yourself all the time. Right. So even if it's 3 times a week or something, somebody just comes in and you just want to talk about whatever is going on. It could be a game, it could be the news, or whatever it is that you feel like talking. It makes a difference for them. You know, sometimes people wake up and yes, they are active, but it might be a day when maybe you have a headache and you need a prescription picked up. So if you have a caregiver to do that for you, they could run that errand for you. They can go get the groceries and come back and prepare you a meal. So yeah.
And, you know, to that point, Luwiza, when you're talking about, I have seen that firsthand is trying to figure out how to get the groceries to the apartment, trying to figure out, because, you know, in your experiences, social companionship is important at any age, but more important as we get a little older, because we even if we're my next door neighbor, we've talked, and she's an introvert. And when she moved in, I said, come on down to breakfast and meet some of the people. She goes, well, I'm an introvert. I said, we have introverts here. I mean, it's not like we're just all extroverts. Not at all. It's a combination of people who want to be around people. So you move into this community, you don't want to just hang out by yourself. So, but some people do, but they want companionship. So when you talk about just coming to fix meals, to talk, to help run errands, that is so needed. It's crazy. And I never would have thought that until I moved in here, because I had a stroke a year and a half ago. And so I was trying to figure out, how do I get along? How do I get my medications? How do I get to the grocery store? How do I do this? How do I do that? And so I'm like putting all this puzzle together, not realizing that the answer was right under my nose. It was people like yourself. And I always tell my community, be selective in who you hire and who you want to be around, because everybody feels like yourself. I'll tell you that because I've seen it. So let's go back to, you know, the type of services. I think you've covered it. Is there anything else that our community like could benefit from that? And I think you've covered all of it. So is there anything I'm missing that maybe that? Well,
and then we also have the non-emergency medical transportation that we offer. So if somebody needed to go to therapy, physical therapy, and they needed a ride, we do offer that. They want to go to a function, we offer that. Kidney dialysis, chemo, whatever it is that you need. So we added that as in an effort to continue serving our community. We said, hey, let's go ahead and get, you know, a van that's a wheelchair accessible van. So sometimes, you know, people can be in a wheelchair, they don't feel like doing it. We're there. We can take you we can do same day service as well for that. You call me up and you say, I need to go to the doctor and I'm in a wheelchair or whatever. Even if you're ambulatory, we could still help you with that. But mainly, like I said, for active adults, it's just companionship for the most part. I just want to go paint something. I just need somebody here, not necessarily in the home, but even just to take a walk makes a difference. Even just to exercise.
Yes.
That having that extra person makes a difference. So, yeah.
So true. And I just challenge the community when you move in is to understand that we need companionship, period. I mean, I don't care what's your situation. You don't want to do life alone. It's the recipe for going downhill. So and you know that I'm not preaching to the choir, but I just want people to know what's available, and that a person like yourself who has a heart for seniors, who understands the vast differences of needs out here. It's not just one need. There's a lot more needs. So I guess my question too is like, so how does somebody get a hold of you? Give our viewers a way for them to get a hold. Tell your company again.
Yes, it's Blossom Home Care.
Okay.
And I'll give you my cell phone.
Okay.
678-851-9598. I'll repeat that again, 678-851-9598. That's my personal cell phone.
Yeah. Because people they hear this podcast and go, man, that's a pretty lady. I want her to handle my needs, And no, I'm just saying, I'm saying it from a beautiful smile that you have.
Thank you.
Warm people with your smile, which there's nothing better than a smile when you're like having a tough day and somebody's there like, hey, look, it's not that bad. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us your company is like in the Kennesaw area. Would that be?
Yes. So we're literally like 15 minutes. We're in Marietta, but Kennesaw.
Okay. Yeah. That's right around the corner.
Yeah. So Overture is definitely like 10, 15 minutes from where we are.
Okay.
We have taught a class there on fall prevention, and it was amazing. Because people think, well, they're active. Sometimes they need to understand what to look for when it comes to fall prevention, give them a checklist and stuff like that. So we do education as well to be able to, help with aging in place and giving you the different resources. Because people always assume people have this knowledge or they have this information. Not everybody does. So I've been amazed at how our fall prevention class was well attended and how people always ask, when are you guys coming back? So yeah.
And, to our viewers, it's hard to get, like a friend of mine he services the senior. And so he had already made contact, and the number of people that would come through here, I mean, I don't know how they keep up with it, because it's every day there's a new brochure, a new pen, new stuff dropped off. So, and then it's like, we can get you in on August. Well, what if I move in June and I need somebody? So, yes, I think you would make for a wonderful educational seminar. And Sarita Thomas, who's been in this community for, I think, 3 or so years, she was on our podcast, but she's going to handle some more activities so we can encourage the residents to get educated, understand what services are available from who, because you want to make sure you pick the right person, because there's people that aren't as passionate about helping seniors. They just think it's a market that they can get another client. It's not about that. It's about matching the right people with the right person. And we'll put some links in the show notes. That way we make it easy for our seniors to get a hold of you, and then we'll put a number where they can get a hold of you too. So I want to be respectful of your time, because I know, hey, look, there's plenty of needs out there. We know that, right?
Yes.
So, do you know, we always ask our guests on the golf podcast, but I'll ask you, is there anybody you think that you've run into that has a heart like you do for seniors that would be a good guest for our podcast? Anybody off the top of your head you might think about?
I mean, I would probably say somebody else that's probably a nurse that loves what they do, that
Okay.
has the passion for seniors. And I mean, I have some great caregivers that I'm pretty sure wouldn't mind giving you guys a rundown of what they do day to day. They wouldn't
Okay.
mind doing the podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have Tresha or Sarah reach out to you, and if you can think of anybody that would serve like you do our community,
Yeah.
just give them the information, and they'll contact them, and we'll get them on the show so we can give our community a little better understanding of the heart of people that are out there, but they don't know about it. And
Right.
until you get education, it's a well-kept secret,
Yes. Yes.
So, Luwiza, thank you so much for being a guest. I'm going to give you one parting bit of advice to our viewers. So, and then we'll go ahead and wind down. So, any parting advice that you would give to our viewers?
Yes. And the one thing that I'm going to say is don't be scared to call. I know sometimes people feel like getting a caregiver means that you're going to come over and take over your life or whatever the case may be. But we're here. I think we're just more than a home care agency. We're live-in partnership. So even if it's just a conversation, call us. Call me on my phone. If you have questions, it's not just calling because you want to be my client, but just calling even to ask and get some knowledge. I've been in this, like I said, senior space for a while now. So I have quite a bit of information that I may be able to offer somebody. Could be maybe they're saying, okay, what do I need to find out if I'm trying to hire a caregiver? You don't necessarily have to be coming to me for it, but I will be happy to share that knowledge.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'll have Sarita reach out to you as far as that educational seminar and really prevention, just things that would be helpful. Because yes, podcasts are good.
Yes.
In person, people can talk to you in person. There's nothing better in person, but it's hard to get everybody in the schedules that people have. And this would be an easier way for people to get to know you. Thank you so much, Luwiza, for being a guest on our Kennesaw Happenings. And we wish you the best the rest of the day.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.